Hi everyone, it is an absolutely splendid day for football and we're looking forward to the game. My name is Derek Ray and with me for commentary is the former Arsenal and England fullback Lee Dixon. And we've got Premier League action coming right up. It's Leeds United up against Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. Looking forward to today. Should be in for a good game. Let's hope we see a quick start from both teams. Set the tempo for the rest of the match.
And we're looking at a player who seems to be at the peak of his powers now, Heung-min Son. In what way might he contribute today, Lee?
Well, he plays the game as if the ball's his own. He lends it to other players. He's the glue between the team, between the different departments of the team, and he links everything together.
And a look at the Leeds United starting 11. An element of caution about this selection.
Yeah, 4-5-1, Derek. The 5 players behind the lone striker will need to support him. Lots of very strong midfield offensively and also defensively. The back four will be protected throughout the game.
And Spurs will go with this starting 11. Hugo Lloris is the goalkeeper. Toby Alderweireld plays alongside Davinson Sanchez in central defence. Heung-min Son plays with Lucas on the flanks. And the centrepiece of the attack today is Harry Kane. And now they get the ball rolling. Untidy in possession. And Spurs moving the ball forward. What can they do from here? Deary me, a golden chance missed. It might come back to haunt him.
Well, you learn the script time and time again, and he's now just gone and fluffed his lines.
Cleach. And it's with Stuart Dallas. Berardi. And it's with Elder Costa. Giving the ball away. A bit sloppy in possession. Alioski. And they will be awarded a free kick for that. Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out. Ayling. And it's with Elder Costa. Defensive efficiency personified. Lo Celso. Delightful pass. And a no-nonsense clearance. Elder Costa. In a position from which they could potentially do a bit of damage here. Well, foul play, says the referee. And fired from the flank into the area. Great opportunity. Ball is loose. Well, he's given a corner, the referee. Played into the centre of the box. But fisted away by the goalkeeper. Well, what can they do to stop him running at them? It might be the moment to get them ahead. And they've bought themselves a bit of time. Well, he's got past his man. they couldn't quite muster a real threat. And the challenge halts them in their tracks. Well, not quite what he wanted to do with the pass. Can they forge ahead? Well, disappointing end to the move. Hernandez. That is a very fine challenge in difficult circumstances. Kane. Lo Celso. Well, that's a splendid piece of challenging. Patrick Bamford. Well, they've given him too much space. Well, let's see about the cross. But it can't get all the way through. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that pass. And a long way out here. Oh, good work by the keeper. And that's a corner. And firing it into the area. And he could be in proper trouble here. A decisive clearance it was. The referee's letting it go as they keep the ball. Throw in here for Spurs. Pablo Hernandez. Good technique displayed. And in with a real chance. Pablo Hernandez! And a goal! 1-0, and what a fast start they've made to this game.
Well, I just love to look at perfect technique, and you won't get any better than this. It's just a dream strike. Brilliant, brilliant effort.
Well, let's have another view of that goal. So the match has restarted. 1-0 here. Davis. Hernandez. Really needed to be spot on with the challenge inside the box. So a corner here. Over it comes. No, just the tackle that was needed. Kane. And Spurs moving the ball with real chance. Oh, that was a terrific stop in a 1-versus-1 situation.
Well, high fives all round for the goalkeeper. Absolutely fantastic. Well, the coach isn't happy that lead could have gone. The crowd are doing their bit, to be fair, urging their players on.
Winks. Oh, a lovely ball. And Son is in. Went in strongly to win the ball. Good defending to prevent the chance. Pablo Hernandez. It might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know. And it looked like open road for them, but up a dead end. Sissoko. Oh, good vision. He just needs to remain icy cool. In it goes! To square the game! What a contest this is turning out to be!
Well, here it is again. It's all about the pace in transition. They were so quick to get out from the back. And once he gets himself settled with the keeper to beat, he hammers it into the back of the net. Smashing goal.
So, a level contest, 1-1.
Number 10, Harry Kane.
Kane. Oh, that's an interesting pass. Lo Celso. Here's Kane. And that's sound goalkeeping to hang on to the shot like that. Pablo Hernandez. Oh, pressing really high. Elder Costa. Options in the centre. Lo Celso. Making excellent progress with the ball at his feet. Elder Costa. Timely intervention.
Well, listen to that, Derek. They think it was a nailed-on pen. The ref didn't know.
Doing the stifling, Toby Alderweireld. Wonderful tackle. Well, an easy one to cut out, really. Lo Celso. Oh, terrific pass. Just couldn't capitalise there. And the referee is quite rightly letting it go. Illegal play, and hence a free kick. Good tackle taken away. And the referee has pointed to the spot. A penalty it is, and a chance for them to forge ahead. Well, no card, but I think he can consider himself suitably warned. Denies them from the spot.
Well, he's disappointed with the fact they haven't taken the lead, but he'd be pleased with the way they're playing.
And now the delivery. And a strong glove on the ball from the keeper. And it crossed the touchline, so a throw in here. Space and time for the cross. Lo Celso. Really getting stuck in defensively. Son. Son. Good looking cross. It comes to absolutely nothing. Winks. And that pass could be troublesome. Well, that is a moment he would like to airbrush from history.
Well, he's had an absolute nightmare there. The goal's in front of him. Just hit it. The manager's trying to get his message across on the touchline. They've just got to keep pushing. Surely a goal will come.
Pablo Hernandez. Pablo Hernandez with it. Hernandez. And since they have the ball, the ref... Can they forge ahead? They do! And you've got to say they're good value for the lead.
Well, look at it again. I do question the defenders, but let's give credit to him. What a wonderful solo effort. And he still has the presence of mind to finish it off. What a brilliant solo goal.
Now having fallen behind, what sort of response will that elicit from this Spurs team? Quick thinking to dispossess his opponent. Couldn't hang on to the ball. Foul there, free kick awarded. Ailing. Elder Costa. And the ball back with Spurs now. Well, a pretty ordinary challenge. Kane! They just couldn't stay in front. And now this match is all square.
Well, this is worth another look, Derek. Lovely movement and guile to easily evade the defender. And because he's on his own, he collects himself and he finishes it perfectly past the keeper. Well, the manager knows that's plan A sorted. Got themselves back into this. Now can they go again?
Well, another equaliser. What a topsy-turvy game this has been.
Harry Kane.
Elder Costa. Doing the stifling, Toby Alderweireld. Son. And Harry Kane ready to pounce. And he's only gone and made it a hat-trick.
Well, when he's in this sort of mood, he's absolutely unstoppable. What a performance. Well, here's the replay, and it all starts with the delivery into the box, just begging for someone to get on the end of it. And he gets up for the header, and quite frankly, it's a lovely finish. Brilliant goal.
Underway again, and Tottenham with the advantage.
Number 10, Harry Kane.
Decent progress with the ball at his feet. Possession one. Son. This looks promising out wide. And hovering at the far post is Lucas. Clearing the lines, and so it will be a corner now. Over it comes. Well, it has come to nothing. Son. And Son! Still could be dangerous. Well, they can't quite take advantage in the end. And the referee is quite rightly letting it go.
Tottenham have not had too much of the ball, but again, we've seen it before, we'll see it again. Their counter-attack play has been absolutely fantastic. Pace really hurts defences, and they've got that in abundance.
Pablo Hernandez. Good visualisation and execution. Takes aim. And the block from Alderweireld. Well, it was a very good-looking move, but alas, no end product. He could pick out a teammate. Over the touchline for a throw-in. Useful looking position, you've got to say. And he's through here. And it's in! All square again! What a match this is turning out to be!
Well, let's see that again. Oh, it's so sweetly hit. Look at his technique. Absolutely brilliant. He's got the power, he's got the accuracy. And now he's got himself a goal.
And level again here. This has been quite the roller coaster ride.
Number 9, Patrick Bamford.
Not a promising looking attack, but comes to nothing in the end. Elder Costa. Well, they have it again. Real danger. Oh, big chance. And it's still on for him. Out of play, and a Spurs throw-in forthcoming. And they've won possession again. Well, he's allowed his opponent to get past him. Kane. A terrific defending to stop them progressing. Being pressed hard. Lo Celso. Oh, that's an interesting pass. And offside. Well, close one. Ailing. Well, danger here as he runs at them. And that is going to be a free kick. Stuart Dallas. Well, the attack carried an initial threat, but fizzled out. And good use of advantage, the referee allowing play to continue. Chance to do damage. Retaining possession proving difficult. Well, they were possessing the ball well, but now they've lost it. A real defensive commitment there. And they need to get tighter. Kane. Could play it in. But dealt with efficiently. Well, that shouldn't really happen from a throw-in. This might be ideal for the counter. Well, not to be in terms of the counter-attack. Elder Costa. Hernandez. Chance to cross. Well, he could really get at the opposite. And the keeper was up to the task. Well, a chance here perhaps to invigorate their aerial targets.
Set pieces, they're so important. Listen to that noise, Derek. Listen, it's awesome.
Well, they fancy a short one. A good and fair challenge. Lucas. And breaking at pace with menace. Well, possibilities in the centre. A glorious chance. Oh, my goodness! He's caught that so well! A goal of the highest class. Fantastic technique.
Well, here's the replay, and it's a great ball into the danger area. And bang, he doesn't need a second invitation. Beautiful strike to finish.
Well, let's have another view of that goal.
Well, he's delighted, isn't he? We can see that. Calm is needed now just to consolidate this lead. Cool heads.
Underway again, and Tottenham with the advantage.
Number 10, Harry Kane.
Difficult to stop him. Chance to play it in, and they deal with the threat this time. Well, not really a shooting moment he's going to be especially proud of, Lee.
Well, he did have other options, but he thought, you know what, I'm just going to have a go.
Going well, and deciding to cross here, Son clears it away. Patrick Bamford wanted to keep it but couldn't. A bit of running room now on the wing. Son in the centre, making sure nothing untoward happened. Winks. Kane. Chance, Lo Celso. And they've only gone and applied that finishing touch. Well, the goal will not stand. It is offside.
Yeah, good football there, but just straight offside.
Lo Celso. Well, the managers will now deliver their half-time team talks. We're at the end of 45 minutes in this game. Well, who really would choose to oppose Harry Kane when he's on form? Lee, his performance so far? Good technique displayed. And the referee sounds the second half into action. Spurs with the lead here. Well, pressing really high. Not the pass he had in mind. Sustained pressure, and now they have the ball. Lucas Moura. A lack of guile with regard to that cross. Goalkeeper's ball. Alert defending. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that pass. This might be ideal for the counter. Well, an example of a counter-attack that went nowhere. Under real pressure here. Keeper getting the touch. And the block from Alderweireld. Well, it looked highly promising, but they got nothing out of it. Moving the ball forward with purpose. And making his move inside. Has eyes for goal. Oh, an outrageous diving save by the Frenchman.
Talk about agility. He's like a cat.
And firing it into the area. It had an invitation attached, but he couldn't avail himself of the opportunity.
Well, just look at him. He thinks it's in, just wide.
Davinson Sanchez. Now Sissoko. And in with a real chance. It's opened up for him. Oh, it's in. A two-goal cushion now. And the lead fully merited.
Well, here's the goal again, and it's a great ball to put him through. And he had choices of what type of finish to apply. And bang, he goes for the smash. Lovely goal. Well, no wonder he's delighted. They've been bossing this game up to now.
Not a scoreline we see all that often. 5-3.
27, Lucas.
He continues his run. Well, that's a really good authoritative tackle. Throw in here. Can he play it in? Well, disappointing end to the move. No, not the best challenge. Could be. There it is. A fantastic goal. And no wonder he's off celebrating.
Well, here it is again, and I wonder how he waltzes past the defender so easily. And still with lots to do, he unleashes a very powerful effort. Gave the keeper little chance. Lovely goal that was.
Well, I must say I'd have to go back quite a few years to remember the last time I covered a game with a scoreline of 5-4.
Stuart Dallas.
Lo Celso. Chance, Lo Celso. Well, that's really sound goalkeeping, not letting the opposition have any scraps. Stuart Dallas.
Well, you have to say, goalkeeping at its best, Derek. It really was perfect positioning and a really good save, wasn't it?
They've lost it. A bit sloppy in possession. Well, the attacking options appear plentiful. Opportunity for Lucas. And a goal! There he is at the double. They just can't subdue him.
Well, here it is again. He does so well to slip past his man, left him stranded, and then through on goal. Do you go for placement or do you go for power? Well, he certainly wasn't messing around, was he? Absolutely smashes it past the keeper. It's a really lovely finish.
Neither side shy about shooting in this match.
27, Lucas.
Well, play stopped. It is a free kick. Might really be able to trouble them here. Real chance. Still could put it away. A goal! Just what they needed. Still plenty of life in this match.
Well, here's the replay, and it's a decent move to evade the defender. And then through on goal, you never really had any doubt he was going to slot that away. Good finish. Well, the coach won't be happy. They were cruising this game, but not now.
How can he take them on and beat them? Opportunity to deliver the cross. Well, it's a poor tackle. Nicely timed tackle. So a throw in here. Now what on earth happened there? You can't really tackle like that and expect to get away with it. Booking to come, you would think. And that will mean a caution.
Well, definitely a yellow card, Derek.
Half an hour remaining then. Patrick Bamford. And taken away by Alderweireld. Harry Kane. Moving it forward. This could be the equaliser, and it is the equaliser. Well, now, that could be a huge turning point in this game. They carry the momentum.
Well, let's see that again. Once he gets into his stride, he just strolls past players. What a lovely solo, wonderful effort this is.
Well, let's take another look at that goal, shall we?
Well, he's furious, and why not? They've thrown this lead away.
Once again, the sides are level. This is a kaleidoscope of shifting emotions. A danger here as he runs at them. Well, good clean catch by the keeper. Calvin Phillips. Well, they did have the ball, but not anymore. Being pressed and pressed high. And the advantage accrues to the attacking side. Lo Celso. Made it a bit too easy for his opponent. Well, he's lost it. Alioski. And Bamford. Now, do they mean business on this occasion? Lucas. Making progress. The fans in favour of the shot here. Just found wanting in terms of the finish then.
Well, Derek, the stats don't lie. It's a very, very entertaining game. Very close as well. Somebody's going to win it, or are they?
Could take the lead. Oh, it's astonishing! One of the greatest comebacks you're ever likely to see. And now the question is, can they see this out?
Well, here we see it again, Derek. He's just unaware there's people around him, and he loses it too easily. Then it's catch-up, and they can't recover. Terrible goal to concede.
Now having fallen behind, what sort of response will that elicit from this Spurs team? Cleach. Lucas. Lucas Moura. Oh, that's a pass of high quality. And he did so well to move across and deal with the danger. Corner kick played in. Well, it all counts for naught. Ailing. Well, I'm sure he heard the footsteps of his opponent. Davis. Given away by Tottenham. So 20 minutes to go. Plenty of forward momentum here, but can they produce? And a fine tackle. Well, there might well be scope for them to counter-attack here. Will it be sufficiently imaginative? Might be a chance here. Lucas! Terrific save. And second time around he scores. But the keeper left to wonder what his defenders were doing.
Well, here's the replay, and it's a decent save at first. Not too sure he could have done much better. But in the end, he's got to be disappointed because it ends up in the onion bag. A bit unlucky for me. Well, the manager must be delighted with his team after they showed that attitude to get back into this. Top stuff.
And it's level again here. Both sets of fans being put through something of an emotional mangle. Well, the referee wasn't going to let that go. Cleach. Well, he keeps going. Real chance. Almost his second goal of this match, but the goalkeeper had his own views on that subject.
Well, he'd be looking for a brace, the striker. Not to be on that occasion.
They take it short. Looks promising, this. A danger here as he runs at them. It did appear that they might be onto something, but not so. Elder Costa. Can he put them in front? Keeper did his job to begin with. Really good challenge. Could be a chance to break here. Elder Costa. On and on he goes. Really good challenge. Son. Chance to cross. He succeeds in clearing it. Patrick Bamford. Well, attacking possibilities. Oh, in with a chance! Oh, that was a terrific stop in a 1-versus-1 situation.
Well, high fives all round for the goalkeeper. Absolutely fantastic.
So the corner played into the box. Now, counter-attacking possibilities here. And he's broken free. It's opened up for him. Well, they can say a big thank you to the goalkeeper. That was inspirational.
Well, that's as good as a goal at the other end. Brilliant save from the keeper.
So a goal kick is what's coming up here. Well, we're focusing on him for a reason. He's asking plenty of questions of the defenders, Lee.
Well, Derek, with some players, you can allow them a little more time and space in the box, but not with this lad. One of the best at exploiting that space. Another goal today is proof of that.
Patrick Bamford. Really a very poor ball. And a pretty ordinary challenge. A chance to whip it in. And that is how to tackle inside your own penalty area. Can they forge ahead? Save, but still a chance. And there might well be scope for them to counter-attack here.
Well, Derek, still all square, but how? How's the keeper saved that?
And deciding to cross here, Son. Nodded straight down the throat of the goalkeeper.
Right behind it. The only way you can score there goes either side of the keeper.
It is still level, but Spurs on the attack. Can they break the parity? Well, they've lost the ball. And the referee is quite rightly letting it go. They might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know. Must take the lead here. Still possibilities. And in the end, no damage done. Good bit of pressing. Chance to finish. And a goal it is to put them in front again. No less than they deserve.
Well, Derek, as we see it again, it's a big mistake. You try to teach youngsters not to get caught in possession and be aware of what's around you. He has no clue, and he pays the price.
What a big moment in the dying embers. Will it prove decisive here? Well, do they have it in them to level this? Well, in the second half, trailing, albeit by a small margin. How should they be viewing this task, Lee? Harry Kane! And they've only gone and applied that finishing touch. And that is not going to count. The decision is offside, Lee.
Well, it's a good decision from the assistant referee. Spot on there.
Alioski. Careless in possession. The overall situation doesn't favour Spurs, but they're still in it. Well, he saw the whites of the keeper's eyes and the whites of his outstretched gloves. Great goalkeeping.
Well, he's denied a certain goal there. Great reflexes from the keeper.
Oh, it comes to nothing in the end. Really should have made more of that. Alioski. Running with the ball confidently. Gives it a go. This could be the equaliser. And it is the equaliser. Late drama here. And no wonder they're celebrating. Remarkable.
Well, they say you're at your most vulnerable when you've scored a goal, and that's the case today. They'll be really disappointed to give away that goal. The manager won't be very happy too.
A chance to revisit the goal.
Well, you can see how happy the manager is. They've shown real grit to get back into this.
Well, another equaliser. What a topsy-turvy game this has been. Still pushing for what could be a winner. Dele Alli. Spurs get the advantage from the referee. Makes his way in field. Well, that's how to put in a clean tackle. Patrick Bamford. Dallas here. Could play it in. And the challenge halts them in their tracks. So deflection, and they can get ready for their corner kick routine. Good refereeing, waiting for a natural break before administering the caution.
Substitution for Tottenham Hotspur, coming off the pitch, number 7.
Spurs to make a personnel switch now.
Replaced by number 11, Eric Lamela.
And now the delivery. Well, he failed to get it away properly. Oh, dealt with by the goalkeeper. Well, this corner could be pivotal. It might represent the last chance to get in front in the dying moments. Taken short. Oh, good defending to stop a decent-looking attack. Well, they couldn't keep it. It is a decent-looking attack here. Well shown inside. Clean challenge.
Well, Derek, they're not happy. Ref is taking the brunt of this.
Possession changing hands. Dele Alli. And the counter looks on here. Options available. Well, not to be in terms of the counter-attack. Harrison. On the attack, is there to be late excitement? Dele Alli. Well, he had to read it and get there, and did. Mateusz Klich. Patrick Bamford. And played the pass well. It's a perfect challenge. And the counter-attack is on. Options available. And here now come Tottenham. A goal at this late stage could settle the issue. Dele Alli. And Tottenham struggling to keep the ball. It's the turn of Spurs now. Kane. He's going forward well here. Kane! Can they put it away? This is why we adore this game. Late drama, and now they're in front.
Well, it looks like the game is over, but no. There's another chance, and there it is, back of the net. It looks like the winner. Well, here's the replay with the clock ticking down. Has he won the game for his team? Cool, calm and collected. He deserves that. Brilliant finish.
Goal for Tottenham Hotspur, number 20, Dele Alli.
And Spurs doing well to win it back. Kane. Cleach. Well, on the attack, hunting for a late equaliser here. This could square the game, and he clears it out of harm's way. Steven Bergwijn. Can they do something positive on the counter-attack? Kane. A goal here, giving his team precisely what they were looking for. Now he deserves to celebrate it.
Well, here it is again. He does so well to slip past his man, left him stranded, and it's a miss hit, to be honest. But they all count. I think he'll be laughing to himself when he sees this on the telly tonight. Well, his players have followed his every command and some. The coach must be delighted.
Tottenham Hotspur goal, number 10, Harry Kane.
Well, it didn't happen for them in attack. Ball's gone. Kane, he's in here. And it's there for him. Oh, that was a terrific stop in a 1-versus-1 situation.
Well, high fives all round for the goalkeeper. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, he's given a corner, the referee. And firing it into the area. And the referee blows his whistle, and Tottenham are the victors. They get the 3 points. Lee, what did you make of it all from their angle?
Yeah, fairly comfortable in the end, wasn't it? Thought they controlled the middle of the park for most of the game. And going forward, there was some really lovely play too. Good result, that was.